Hey guys, welcome back to Mondays with Mike. Thanks for joining this week. We'll let a couple people get in here real quick and see what's going on this week in the world of Hondas. Sorry, just doing some stuff real quick, putting some stuff out there so people see it. And yeah, if you guys can leave a comment in the chat box, you can get to join today and answer any questions. Um, Basically, that's how we do it every week on Mondays with Mike. And we try and get a good conversation going between everyone. We just usually got to wait a little bit and see who joins. I see there's three people in the group, so awesome. And yeah, we'll kind of see who comes in and joins the chat, and can go through there. Just leave a comment in the little box down here, and hopefully we can get a lot of people joining in tonight. Every week's been phenomenal. Last week was pretty good. There's a lot of talk back and forth, tons of different things going on. And yeah, we just basically come in here and talk Hondas, racing, whatever parts you are looking for, what you've ordered, and go from there. What's up, Andy? Welcome back in, brother. Another week. Oh, cool. Oil change time for the K24. How did it look? You see any, you know, nice little flakes in the oil, or was it pretty clean? Uh-oh. Well, better to catch it sooner than later. That's what I always say, or else it gets really expensive. No, that's not too big. I mean, like I said on the last week's video, I said just, mainly do the maintenance, get it all cleaned up. Um, check all your gaskets, coolants, all flush everything, check compression. Make sure you got a good benchmark engine to kind of work with and then go from there. You don't want any, adding all these parts and then something just breaks instantly. So cool. Well, cars at Fab, I love it, man. I'm just waiting to get ours off the Fab. I think about 2 weeks now. It should be gone and headed over there finally. Might take a little while. We got a lot of other stuff going on with the Fab guys because they're obviously they make a lot of some of our parts. So we'll see. Nice. Well, that's cool, man. I can't wait to see it done. It's going to be really cool, and I think you got all the Accord dudes chirping online, so that's a good thing. Um, but yeah, um, sorry, just trying to get someone on Facebook. See if we can get Stephen Guadalupe on the channel. I was reaching out, and I guess he's subscribed right now, so thank you if you're watching, Stephen. So, I guess he's basically wanting to follow builds for the L15 CA, which is pretty much all over our page. If you're on here, dude, every single 1.5 video, ours, even though it says a B7, it's an 11 Gen CA, basically. They just used Honda used 11 the 10th gen block itself just because they had extras laying around. Um, but it's the same build, everything's identical. So you want some good content, check out our YouTube. I think it's us and Two Step Performance are probably the two best companies that do all the L15 stuff, period, online. I don't know why you buy from any other companies besides either us or them. Um, most of the info in the market is by us and them. So yeah, tons of info, we like I said, we had the first 11th gen pretty much in North America. I had, the K-tuner on it at, like, 80 miles on the car, first K-tuner on the 11th gen, so, here we go, we got a question and someone new to the group, so, um, yeah. Will you guys have the EPA certified Cat RV6 downpipe for the 11th gen when you come out on July on your shop? Well, anything that RV6 released, we put on our website. I haven't heard anything from them. They don't really get stuff out to their dealers until it launches. Basically, it's probably just a 11th gen downpipe with a Jesse catted cat, just like two set performance. So, yes, we'll be carrying it. I'll probably pre-order some if those are available. We stock tons of RV6 stuff and have for about 15 years now. So, yeah, as soon as stuff launches from them, I know they got a bunch of stuff coming out this year. I saw some brand new turbo stuff coming out for the Type R's, new compressor housings from them, inlet pipes. So they're definitely stepping up their game, and they're going to have a lot of stuff coming out. Um, cool. Yeah. Well, basically, when they start taking pre-orders or start selling them, we usually do too. So we add it the same day on our website. So if you want to buy from us, we offer free shipping and that. So, but yeah, RV6 have a ton of goodies coming out, and we can't wait to start offering up to everyone. And yeah, so yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, we post up about it all the time. I did kind of tease a little bit this week in the Accord group about the inlet pipes they got coming out. I didn't really know too much information on them because for some reason they go out to this one guy in particular that gets to review everything and look over all. No idea who he is, uh, but yeah, they have. I saw some turbo pictures. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, the RV6 Type R turbo is not the best for the Accord, so um, it's just a bigger turbo. You'll do just as fine with an MHI, but for the Type R guys, it's a nice turbo. I mean, you got to figure labor now is averaging like 120 an hour, 150 depending on the shop. So it's just 10-hour job at 800. It's actually not that bad. Um, cool. Um, yeah, I mean the AWE track. It's loud, but it sounds good, and I love the look of the exhaust kit. I just sold one to another customer yesterday, and I think he got it today. So yeah, definitely look out if you need a setup. Hit me up. We ship stuff out every single day to people, and love helping out our 11th gen people out there. So, yep. Rear motor mount. Yeah, I mean, typically the 8th gen mounts can go out. I've actually got, mm, I've got some side engine mounts. Need them for the 8th gen. Rear mounts like a 5-day wait, I think. I mean, most of those cars with old engine mounts are just going to get sloppy a little bit. Sometimes they go out. I mean, honestly, you'll notice if it's. I mean, if the engine has a ton of movement, your mount. Yeah, Hasport make mounts. I've got a website. And on that car, I recommend probably a 70A urethane or a 62. If you're gonna turbo, definitely like an 88. Um, cool, welcome, man. I love seeing new people join. That's really why we get on here is so we can get more and more people every week coming in to chat with everyone in the group too. A lot of people you'll see in here every single week now. Now that the channel kind of I'm doing it more often, and I think it's pretty cool. And it's just a nice place for people to come in and ask some questions real quick. And like I said, get off of Facebook and stop getting all the wrong information on there. There's some good people out there that are on Facebook, but they're not out there enough. So what's up, Freddie? Damn, everyone's coming in. Man, this is awesome. This is kinda what I was expecting was, to get everyone involved in the community from Facebook to come here 1 time a week, talk some shit, and, see what everyone's up to and, talk parts, talk whatever. Obviously, another amazing win for Red Bull this weekend. I don't know if anyone watched the F1 from Canada, but it was probably one of the best F1 races, I think, in a long time. Um, just as far as the tire choices, the weather, everything, it was awesome. So, yeah, you've been definitely talking a lot of shit lately, Andy. It's pretty fucking hilarious. But it's gonna get even better when the car gets to the track. F8 and FL5 is the exact same downpipe. There is no difference whatsoever. Um, and part of the reason that a lot of them are very hard to get is because of that actual reason. Now you have a downpipe that is being bought by there's only one downpipe, which is the FK8. It's now being bought by FK8 owners, Ford owners, TLX owners, RDX owners, and FL5 owners, and DE5. So you have all those chassis that use the exact same part number and part for aftermarket downpipes. That's why there is such a long wait on these right now. Um, so yeah, hopefully ours is coming out in about 6 weeks, I'm hoping. I just got the cats in today. Flanges are being finished in about a week, hopefully. The 2.0 ones are not out from us yet, so, this is the first rendition. I think they're gonna be amazing, but, we'll see. Um, Another question, what rear mount will you prefer? It really just depends. So, I think most people are fine with a 62A. If you like a lot of vibration, go with a stiffer mount, but notice it at idle, I think you see some, PRL is a 62, it's pretty soft, less vibration. Sport, they offer 62, it's a little firmer, and Hasbro goes up from there. I run on our cars usually 88A, the extremes, which I love. I love vibration. I love, hitting the throttle and feeling it in the car, not having these soft mounts kind of absorb a lot of that. So, if you're gonna be drag racing, if you're gonna be running on slicks, if you're doing some aggressive circuit racing, firmer is gonna be better. You don't want the engine moving around, obviously. Um, it's amazing also when you do the side mounts, which only Hasbro offer. Um, it's amazing even cornering because the engine isn't shifting into the corners and how much better the car feels in the corner and how much easier it is to drive and have more confidence in the car. It's fantastic. Cool, RDX question, my favorite. Uh, Obviously, say that us and only a few other people are the RDX masters of the universe. I like to consider us one of those since my knowledge on modern things, so, I really appreciate when people tag us in the RDX group because I don't think a lot of people notice that the amount of knowledge we've kinda brought to the community, along with some other great people. But let's get to the question. With your recommendations going MHI turbo, PRL intercooler, OEM Type R inlet pipe, what PRL silicone adapt well, here's the tough thing, PRL stopped making the silicone adapter. It didn't really work on the, RDX anyways, because the gearbox is different. Those adapters are made for an Accord, which uses a smaller MAF housing, but you can kinda get away with getting the Accord one. It just doesn't fit up perfect. It's just everything's slightly off a little bit, but you can get it to work. You might have to build up some slack inside the coupler with another coupler to make it work with the MAF housing. I kind of put together the PRL inlet with some other parts, so at least some RDX people would have an option. It's just this, the stock, uh, Type R inlet just doesn't work with a lot of couplers anymore, so that's the only downfall about it. So, yeah, there's not a lot of people running those. but you can make it happen. You just have to figure out the coupler situation and kinda modify it, and it'll kinda sit a little awkward. Um, I mean, if you're okay, so something about minimum turbo size, someone advised me to start with 350. Yeah, I think 350, it depends on also what gas you're on. So let's just say you're on pump, 350 is gonna be perfect right in there, and just do like a 58, 62 turbo, uh, 62, 62. If you're on ethanol, I mean, I would say more likely 400, and that's gonna be around 10 PSI, roughly, depending on the turbo, for about 400, 350 torque, somewhere in there. Obviously, it depends on the gas. Um, 91 only goes so far with these, but like Andy says, the 5862 is phenomenal. You do have a K24, so, I mean, you can get away with the 62, 62, that's what I had on ours. It's just where you want your power band really, to be honest with your car. I like a little bit of lag with the turbo, so I chose the 62, 62 with ours. And it also depends on, what you have planned further out with the car, if you're gonna move the engine or whatever, so but yeah, all that stuff matters. But yeah, so with the, RDX, I definitely think just, you can order the Accord conversion, um, see how close that gets you. It's the best option, and, go from there, to be honest with it. So, yeah. Yeah, and on that turbo, you're gonna want well, you have to remember when you're buying your turbo based off you also have to remember what manifold you're getting, so some of these have a V-band that it hooks up to the exhaust manifold, some have a T3 design. So just make sure you get the right turbo to the right manifold. You don't wanna get the wrong of the other, 'cause then it'll waste your money. So, you only need 1 wastegate, um, typically, like, a 44 mil is perfect for that, and then obviously, like, a blow-off valve and just custom piping, intercooler, and, oil feed line. You just tap it right into the VTEC solenoid on the back of the block, and then you just need a oil return, which is like a 10 AN line straight down to the oil pan. Yeah, I mean, you can really easily do these kits yourself, I mean, any shop can be able to kinda put together a turbo kit for you. It might have to be at their shop for, maybe a week or so, but yeah. Definitely though, like Andy and I are saying, go spend the money and do a ball bearing turbo. Do not do a journal. Journal bearings are only gonna last you a minimal amount of time, and ball bearing, you're gonna get about a 500 RPM spool faster than a journal bearing, and it's gonna last a lot longer. Definitely. I mean, if you can make a Sidewinder fit, I know you can. I mean, that's option. It's very limited room with the drop down at the back for those to work, and I don't even know some of the companies that even make these anymore because a lot stopped. So you might be better off just doing a Sidewinder and, doing it that way. Yeah, click the thumbs. Thanks, Frankie. I appreciate you. Definitely gets our video out and, hopefully lets YouTube know we're doing something, for the community and people will actually watch these videos. I think a lot of good content on our channel. I mean, I know it's not our videos are definitely not put together as flashy as some of the other companies. I don't hire production crews to come in, film things, and I put everything together myself, video everything myself. I'm a busy dude, so I don't have time to do all this, and yes, I could pay other people, but, I mean, I think when it comes down, you look at some of the best channels on YouTube that still have millions of followers. I mean, they kinda just hold the phone and do it themselves, and but I think it comes down to the content and what's important, so I think some of our stuff is pretty good out there, and there's a lot of good information in the videos. I think just certain people watch them all the way through, but since we get a lot of questions, I'll hand people out the videos because all the answers are in the videos, and then they keep asking me the questions, but that's just how it is nowadays. Um, alright, hold on, we're getting back to pictures. K-tuner, definitely. You do not wanna run an RDX on data. Sorry, but I know there's a lot of people that love Hondata, the ECU, just whatever Hondata, uh, as far as what they have out right now, the K-tuner is far superior. You go look at every Honda Accord right now that has set world record, they're all on K-tuner. It's a lot safer, there's more features, it works better with the ECU. The only thing really of new cars that are good for Hondata is the FK8 and the FF5, and that's the only reason is because it actually works with upgraded fuel systems. For some reason, A-tuner don't have the programming in there to work with the XDI pump or the FK8 and FL5 guys, but K-tuner is a must, and you're saving money. Like, literally, it you get a screen that you can visually look at everything for $140 less. So, yeah, I would go K-tuner. I've got them in stock, I always have them in stock. It's the best thing to run on an RDX. That's what we ran on ours, so yep. But, yeah, sorry, doing some stuff around in here. We're just at the home office again tonight. It's already warm out, so I really don't feel like doing questions for an hour in the, shop. Oh, yeah, we do, package pricing, depending on the parts, we deals. Yeah, just shoot me a message on anything, whether it's my email at axionindustries@gmail.com, Instagram, or I pretty much answer everything except for right now while I'm on here. There's probably some people waiting for me right now, wondering where I am. But yeah, I answer pretty much everyone right away. So, let's get some more questions. I don't know of DC5 Creations manifolds. I think that's the dude that's doing the 9th gen kits, from what I remember. I just think he's got a huge weight, so I would actually reach out. Any one of these smaller companies that do things one-off or whatever, reach out before you buy from someone because I see people waiting, like, 3 to 6 months for a manifold, and, I mean, sometimes you have to pre-order, that's just what it is, but, at least reach out to someone first and get the information. It sucks giving someone your money. I mean, I tell people all the time, "Email us." I had a guy the other day, literally, order online. I think it's like Friday he ordered. No, I think it might have been a Wednesday. He ordered Wednesday. And I told him, like, the exhaust would do it anytime, but most likely a week, because I like to be as honest as I can with people when they're buying parts. He says, "Well, your website showed it was in stock, it was shipping in 4 to 5 days." Our website literally states that if you need something fast, please reach out due to stock numbers always changing. I don't have a full team that can keep live numbers on 3,000 parts. So, um he reached out, wanted that order canceled during the weekend, was pissed that I couldn't cancel it during the weekend. Well, we're not open. Number 2, all the banks and everything are closed during the weekend, so there's no movement of money anyways. So I said, "Reach back out Monday, I'll cancel it Monday." Canceled Monday, guess what? It already shipped on Monday. Um, so I had to cancel it from UPS, pay extra fees, cancel it, and then he comments online like, "I didn't know you had them, like, why didn't you tell me?" And I said, "I told you, like, you have to wait for the product, you know?" So, unfortunately, he canceled his order. I'm out like $60 because we had to pay all the cancellation fees, so what happens. Can you run ethanol with a tune, or do you need flex fuel kit? You don't need a flex fuel kit, you just need a custom tune. So if you wanna save the 500, and just have your tuner tune it on E30, you can do it that way. That's how our RDX was done. Um, so it's just up to you. A lot of people like the flex fuel kit because they can switch between like a 91 map and a flex fuel map and go back and forth. Yeah. What's up, Mark? I'm gonna get that downpipe blanket out tomorrow. Sorry, I fucking spaced on it today. So I'll get it out tomorrow. Just shoot me a message in the morning if you can. Just be like, downpipe blanket, please. So I'll get it out. I think shipping should only take like 2 days. So, uh, all right, here we go. Another one. Uh, wait, what turbo to use though? I know mainstream was precision. I mean, pretty much precision and Garrett are the two as far as those types of manifold. And look at Turbo Smart actually makes some pretty nice turbos now too. Except they take a while if they're not in stock because they come from Australia. So, but yeah, if you want me to get you one, I mean, I know we don't have a ton of older stuff on our site, but I can get turbos. So shoot me a message and maybe save you money. Yeah, the KLM quality is pretty nice. I like those. I mean, you can always reach out to Full Race and see if they have any manifolds still left laying around. I know they have some stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's all gone. So, well, welcome in, guys. I see there's quite a few people new to the channel. Just the whole reason we come in here is to talk cards and put a comment and see if the group can respond or I'll respond and give you some information into stuff. Going E30 make a difference. Only mods currently are apparel, catback, and the K-tuner. Yes. I'm not sure what car you have, but it is a massive difference. It honestly should be well, based off the car. I don't know what car you have, so if you put that, that'll help. Basically, as far as when it comes to value of money, the biggest mods you're gonna get are basically, the K-tuner and flex fuel. Those 2 alone. Nothing else will give those types of gains for the money that you spend. Um, and then obviously an intercooler, because it's gonna give you better back-to-back runs. It's gonna keep the times more consistent. Yeah, so 1.5. So 1.5, you can gain almost like 50, 60 foot-pounds of torque just converting to, E85 to E30. You gotta understand, like so I don't know if especially if you're in California or some of these other states that only have 91, it is massive difference on E30 on E30. And when we talk E30, we're talking blended E85 ethanol, um, mixed with pump gas. The reason we do that is because the fuel systems are typically not big enough to be able to run 85. So that's why it gets you that octane rating, but still gives your fuel system enough room to be able to but yeah, on the 1.5, it's huge. I mean, it's night and day difference. If we've got flex fuel kits in stock, the only thing have an upgraded clutch. You cannot run flex fuel without a clutch, um, or else that thing's toast. But yeah, it's night and day difference. I mean, pretty much stock turbo will make 340 wheel torque, point 5. We made on our sport touring 3 how much we made now? I think like 320 or 330. Uh, but yeah, no, it's an amazing difference. Definitely recommend it, to be quite honest. Especially if you're on 91 or live in a state that only gets 91 octane. I mean, it's like, "Oh, well, that was a great question." Yeah, if you need, anything, I would definitely say I would do an intercooler before you go flex fuel. I mean, it's still gonna give you a huge difference, but when you start upping all those pressures on the stock turbo, it starts spinning out of steam because it's such a small turbo, so all you're doing is pumping tons of hot air, and at some point, it's not gonna make much power, so the intercooler is gonna drastically help. You got an auto. Yeah, you gotta be careful with the flex fuel on the so, I mean, you can run flex fuel, but I would get a custom tune and let your tuner, "Hey, I don't want super huge torque numbers, like, keep it kinda conservative for my CVT," but it will run so much smoother than pump gas. But yeah, I'm just gonna let Andy, answer all the questions for you on the turbo instead of both of us talking. I mean, we're both pretty much gonna agree to the same things. I mean, Andy and I, we come from the older case series stuff, so been there, done that. So Andy has the world's first he has the world's fastest 10th gen Accord with a manual six-speed. He runs, I think, 11.6 on the stock motor. Um, he can maybe but his, 60 to 130 times are really impressive, and he's gonna be going out this year and trying to run some 10-second passes with the car, so hopefully, you'll see the world's fastest, 10th gen Accord, so if you guys wanna go follow Andy Klein, he's in the comments. Super cool, and his channel's, got a lot of good information, so just installed, one of the anti-gravity batteries, which we recommend. Gets rid of a ton of weight, especially for the Type R guys, Accord guys, huge weight savings. Um, even on the, 1.5 turbo, I think we saved like 30 pounds of weight, so, every time you can get rid of, like, easy weight like that, that doesn't mean stripping of everything, and that it's just really nice, and, I know it doesn't seem like much, 30 pounds here, but when you add it up over, like, 3 or 4 parts that you save 30 pounds and you're saving 120 pounds, I mean, that's almost 2/10 of a second in a quarter mile, in just weight difference. So every little bit, helps, especially when you're trying to, go into the 10s. And there was a dude that posted in the 9th gen group the other day, ran like a 5.9 60 to 130 in his 9th gen. I was like, "Man, that thing is moving." Yeah, well, got a lot of people in here today, guys. Welcome to comment in the comment box. Love to reach out and, answer some questions about parts, about whatever. Uh, introduce yourself if you're new in here. I love to, see who's actually joining. I know a lot of our customers are on, our Instagram and Facebook and see us, and I tell them to come in here all the time, but I think a lot of people forget about it, to be honest. So, yeah, I was looking through some old pictures today. I think I mentioned it last week, but this was one of my I don't post it online too much, but this was actually my one of my first cars. I'm trying to get the glare off here. But yeah, that was my first ever car. I don't know if any of those is. I wish I still had it to this day, 'cause this thing was pretty amazing. I'll talk about it a little bit. I know it's not Honda related, but it was super cool. I don't know, does anyone know what car that is? I mean, you should be able to know. There we go. We got someone smart in here. Yeah, that was my original pink 1976 BMW 2002, and, won Best of Show with that couple years, and, I'll show you guys the motor since I don't know. I did this swap 1990 1998. There was only a couple of these done in the world, but yeah. This one had a 2.5 stroker in it, uh, 14 to 1 compression, and, it was a fun little car. Yeah, I thought I would show you guys that little bit of info there, flash from the past. I know I brought it up a couple times, but that was our BMW 2002, and it had a, uh, basically an M3, swapped into it. I've got tons of shifters in stock, so if you need them. So, yeah, just place an order, it would ship tomorrow. Yeah, that car was really fun. You know, the '76 was actually kind of a head car. So it actually wasn't I did a ton of stuff. It was fully gutted. I did a ton of stuff. It made, I think, around 250 naturally aspirated, 250 horsepower NA, which back in '98 was actually a lot. I mean, Hondas back then were barely even making that. I think it ran like a l on street tires, it ran a mid, 13.5, which isn't too bad, but it was mainly set up for tracks, so. Another question, how much power do you think I would get with an AWE track and RB6 downpipe and tune? Um, well, the most you're gonna get on stock turbo, we'll add an intercooler there because it's very important to get an intercooler. Most you're gonna get tuned, you gotta, well, first, are you staying on pump gas or are you going to ethanol? Because that's a huge difference. Yeah, my family were actually big BMW people growing up. My dad had some really cool BMWs, and, I just, you know, he wanted me to kinda follow along, and I just kinda got tired of that car because all my friends had cool Hondas back in the day, and I ended up selling some guy for, like, $9,000, and the car would probably be worth about 65,000 today, but yeah, I kinda kicked myself. Okay, so pump gas, you're not gonna make as much. I would probably say about 240 wheel and, like, 290 torque on pump, maybe 280 torque on pump gas. It depends, 91 or 93. 93 is gonna make more, yeah. I mean, I think the charge pipes are worth, upgrading. The stock couplers are just really horrible, super spongy. Um, I don't think it's a huge drop in the bucket, plus they look amazing. Um, yeah. I don't wanna show you guys this one. This one's a really bad photo, and it's not the best quality. I actually just printed it off an old photo. That was one of my old cars too. Yeah, I know, but it was fast. Trying to see if I thought I had some of my, I don't know where they are. Uh, Sorry, I'm just looking real quick. I thought I had some of my, I don't see them anymore. Yeah, I don't see them. Yeah, Pooparoo. It was a fast one. It ran a 12.0 on stock turbo, and back in 2001, that was the fastest stock turbo WRX that, um, was in the States at the time. Yeah, the guy that actually got me into, I actually bought a car from him. He was real into BMWs, and, he actually started teaching me some mechanic stuff back in the day. He had a super clean E30 that was just flawless and, super cool. I can't do the German cars anymore. I just ever since you kinda stumble across Honda and you see how much power they can make and how easy they are to work on, it's like, man, yeah, I don't think I would ever own a BMW ever again, even though some of the new M series ones are really nice. Yeah, George, if you need, intercooler pipes, I do have the Accord ones back in stock, so just let me know. Yeah, a lot of people used to know me from the Ontario street races in California with the little orange car. They used to make a lot of money. Pretty much because nobody even knew what it was back then, and that was pretty much how all my cars were, even the Subaru that I had at the time, just nobody at that time even knew what Subarus were over here because it had just come out, and, I had it was on, full dog box, twin disc, stock turbo, race gas with a 75 shot of nitrous, all the other bolt-ons. Uh, Never done it. I dynoed it myself on the street actually, and it ran a 12.0, with a 1.5 foot. Pretty impressive little car. But yeah, that's my, My whole tuning career was on an Apexy AFC. I guess I could say I'm a tuner now. But yeah, thanks for joining tonight, guys. God, there's a lot of people in here actually listening. Hopefully, some people get involved in the chat. It's funny, and people will message me like, "Hey, good video tonight." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you message in there?" Like, definitely reach out in here. What's up, Mark? Thanks for saying hello. It's cool seeing some of the people that, we talk to all the time on here and then they come in on the YouTube thing. So it's definitely gonna be, keep these going for a long time. Hopefully, I just have stuff to talk about. We kinda run out of things to say half the time. Um, I did see for the 11th gen owners, Acuity are coming out. I don't know when. I'll get the email sometime this week or next week maybe. But their stage 2 shift kit for the 11th gen and Integra. So those will be out. If you wanna wait for the shifter, it comes out September, October. So just another, part that's gonna be hitting the market, I think this week. Usually come on here every week, guys, for about an hour. Obviously, it's getting late for me. It's been a long Yeah, hopefully you guys can watch for the entire hour and, shoot some good questions at us. And, yeah, if you guys have a question about parts, just throw it in the comments. I'd love to answer it. That's what we're kinda here for, so I see a lot of misinformation on Facebook, it's ridiculous, and, that's why I kinda started this one and was hoping more of our customers would come in here and get involved and build a group of, people with support, just, get to know each other. Uh, do no. Type R calipers, no, they don't work. The reason for that is because the bracket's different, as far as I know. The only ones that you can actually use I don't even know on an RDX, to be quite I know on a Ford, you can use the Hyundai Genesis Brembos, uh, custom calipers. I'm the only company that actually made a brake kit for the RDX, Ford, and it's a 14-inch brake kit with 6 piston, um, calipers, two-piece rotors, phenomenal kit. You can use stock wheels, aftermarket wheels. It takes, like, 40 pounds of weight off the car, rotating mats. I mean, Type R brakes are heavy. I mean, they're nice for, a stock car, but, they're actually very heavy brakes. Um, and Brembos are especially heavy. The calipers, I mean, are probably about 10, 12, 15 pounds heavier than Mowa's. So, yeah, we got with fast brakes. I had to make us a kit with our RDX, and, yeah, they turned out great. Oh, man, everyone's coming in. MHI Stage 2, I wouldn't run a 27.1 turbo. Uh, um, I would say, honestly, since you're on 93, I would go the MHI Stage 2 or the FL5 if you want that quick spool. The FL5 is nice. You're gonna make around 370, I think, on 93. Yeah. What's up, Fernando? Hope you've been well. Um, I can check when I get off of here. What intercooler kit is it for? Is it for the Civic or the Type R? Sorry. Trying to remember everyone's cars and what they have and everything. It's like, whoa. So in the big brake kit usually comes with Wilwood pads. However, you can use like Hawk ones or there's tons of different pads you can use these calipers. Yeah, there's tons of options. SI, let me see real quick. Sorry, everyone. Guy needs a part. And you can keep chatting. I'll look it up real quick. This is how quick I can look something up. Let me see. Hopefully, I can find it. Turbo. Let me see. Sorry. I should have it up here pretty quick. Go. So the 31E kit, um, let me see if it's in stock. Yeah, 2 in stock. Once it's sold out, it's no longer gonna be available anymore. So that's kinda cool, you got me to look that up. So, yeah, I've got 2 kits in stock, shipped tomorrow. Well, I've been trying on the, rods for the 11th gen. I don't know. I've reached out to Zanes, like, 3 different times, nothing back from them. I sent them a set of SI rods, um, which they were so baffled about, and I told them that the 11th gen was different, and they were like, "No, it's not." And then they got the rods and were like, "Oh, never mind." Um, Maybe we'll bring them. They wanted a huge order from us, and honestly, at this point, I'm not gonna spend, like, $20,000 on rods when, like, 2 people are gonna build their motors. So, um, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the tough thing, you know? I would definitely do headsets, at some point. It depends if you're on pump or flex. If you're on flex, you're running a lot higher torque, so that's what's lifting these heads is the amount of torque. But yeah, the two-step performance, ARP stud kit that they put together, those are on back order, and they're coming back in stock in 2 weeks. So, I definitely would at least get a set and hold on to them. That way you have them. So, yeah. Look, the thing is with the tension, I don't think it's that. I just think, the nice thing is with the 11th gen rods, they actually have a lot more bearing material, than the 10th gen, so they're a much better rod to actually produce. Problem is I don't think they wanna produce these rods because technically, if you produce the 11th gen rod and the 10th gen ones kinda suck, say they have 100 10th gen in stock, they're not gonna sell the 10th gen ones anymore. So, because everyone with an L15 10th gen would get the 11th gen rods and then buy an 11th gen crank because it's gonna last a lot longer longevity-wise because of the bearings that are in there. So, yeah, I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see. I might reach out again and see. They always ask me when they write back, like, "Well, how many sets do you want?" It's like, I don't know how many I mean, I'm willing to do, like, 5 sets of rods. I already have someone that will buy 2 of them. So, but here's the thing, who's really building an L15 right now with an 11th gen? I think the only Savannah is the only person that's really building one. Um, so, I don't think there's much need, and for me, like, it's kinda tough spending that much money for it to just sit on a shelf, for a year, 2 years. So but I can at least reach out and see. Um, yeah, you should be fine with the 26 PSI one. I mean, honestly, if it's on flex fuel, I would definitely start thinking about doing those head studs. But yeah, Fernando, I've got the ready in stock, so if you need a kit or whatever, just reach out to me through email, and we can figure it out. So yeah, um, well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the facelift's gonna be much, but who knows? I don't know with Honda, I hope they don't get rid of 6 speeds. I hope they still keep those at least to 27. It's just so yeah, the one that I have in stock, Fernando, is the 31E intercooler kit, so works on the SI. I've got them ready to go. Yep, cool. Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, basically, I don't even know why people think, like, L15CA is any different than the others. They're all the same bottom end, so It's just a block code that doesn't really mean too much. I mean, the block on my Sport Touring is the exact same internals, identical to the SI, so there's nothing different. Oh, that's the little one. Let me see if that's the big one. Hold on. Checking real quick. Oh, the little one, they have 2 left. Alright, let me see. Yep, I got 2 of the big one, the 28E, so you're in luck. Yep. Yeah, I'm really interested in to see what Honda actually do. It's a little scary for companies like me that, we depend on them releasing cars that get modified. I brought this up the other week about, right now there's not a lot of stuff for the 2-liter ones and other Hondas because the market is so immersed with the Type R and the 1.5 right now with aftermarket as far. If the aftermarket ever is squashed and say the 6 speed's gone, Type R is done, all these aftermarket companies are then gonna say, "Well, now we gotta start making parts for these cars, even though they kinda suck, we still need to make money." So, I don't think it's necessarily gonna be a bad thing. It's just things will change when Honda change. But yeah, the hybrid one sucks. I mean, the 2-liter is gonna maybe make 30 horsepower over stock, and then you have a crappy CVT, but then you can talk to people like us and just swap the engine, swap in an old, Accord motor, get rid of the hybrid, you know? This is where swaps are gonna come back in handy, and I think eventually, as the years go by, more and more people are gonna start swapping these cars. Obviously, you have so many Honda Fits right now that are an amazing car to swap. It's the lightest Honda that's been around for 10 years, and, you know, that car factory is 2,500 pounds. So, right there, but, a decent motor in it. So, I think the swap game will it needs to evolve a little bit with the newer cars. Obviously, we tried with our Fit, it was a pain in the ass with the electronics. I know Honda is working on some stuff with theirs to hopefully get EPA compliant help because if we finally have a way to swap these cars and at least have the computer not freak out so it can still run certain things, it'll be a great thing. So, but yeah, I mean, that's, more people like us, we're swapping that K series into, the Accord motor into our 11. We're gonna get a lot of great information out about that, and it's gonna be something that people can do, which is awesome. I think, a lot of people ask me like, "Should I swap to a K20 C4 or should I just build the L15?" I mean, facts are K20 is gonna live longer than a built L15 at 450 horsepower. Um, so it really just depends on what you wanna do. I mean, if you wanna build one and have yours around 350 to 400, sure, I mean, it's cheaper than doing the swap, but how long it will last, I don't know. Uh, yeah, the Prelude concept's pretty cool. I haven't really honestly looked too much into it. I'm trying to get into I think the EV market is dying. There's proof of that. Look at, Tesla's in huge financial issues as far as their sales are just shit. Um, I follow a lot of EV stocks online. I've invested in a couple. Their stocks are horrible right now. So I don't think the future is EVs. I think they're like I've said, I think some aspects of EV are phenomenal, and I think they do serve a purpose. They're just not the right thing to take the place of a combustion engine, period. Um, but, I mean, for people that live in a downtown area that maybe travel 10 miles a day downtown or to get around, yeah, maybe it's fine. I don't think, people doing road trips or trailering a car, they're stupid. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't even know. It's really gonna be up to people like K-Tuner or Hondata, like, with these hybrid cars, can they actually will they make a tuning device? If there's no tuning device made, you can't modify these things, because they're just gonna throw check engine lights, and the mods won't really do anything. So, I mean, that's kinda like where we're at with the new Ridgeline Passport Pilot. There's no tuning device for it, so you can only do a couple mods, and even if you do downpipes on the car, it starts to run like crap. You know, unless there's tuning devices made by these companies, I mean, K-Tuner and Hondata are literally the most 2 important companies when it comes to aftermarket, because without there's no you can't really modify cars, or the newer cars anyways. Um, and I mean, there's other people like Motec, that's a whole different platform. I'm just talking about these easy, tuning devices, because, if you don't have those for these cars, they're gonna run like shit, so hopefully we get, some good support. I don't even know what K-Tuner has been doing. I actually should reach out to James and see if they have anything in the horizon going on. I'm trying to get him to do a K-Tuner for a Passport or a Ridgeline. I think the market is massive for those cars, especially considering, like, the J35 can easily make 20, 30 horsepower over, the stock tunes, so we shall see, guys. I hope, there's some stuff on the horizon. I mean, K-Tuner already have tunes for the K20C too. The only thing they would really wanna look to is, adding the option to add a turbo. Um, I mean, that's really the only thing. Um, so unless they do that, that engine's pretty much, 3, 4 minutes in and you're making 20, 30 horsepower over stock. That's it. So we'll see. I actually should send James a message actually tomorrow and see, number 1, how he's doing, and see if they have any new, things on the horizon because obviously we like supporting K-Tuner, so yeah, maybe we could be the first, Honda Passport with a K-Tuner. I don't know. So, anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna get off, today, but we'll be back next Monday. Um, so save your questions for then. Maybe I'll have some more info, uh, about other parts coming out, and, if you need parts, shoot us an email. I'll be awake for another 3 hours or so. So, get back to you guys if you have a question, parts, ordering, whatever, email axionindustries@gmail.com or reach us on Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want. We're here to help. So, if you guys can spend some time, click the little thumbs up button on the video. I really appreciate it. Go watch some of our other content. Spend some time on here. Like I tell some of the guys, like, go onto one of these and just leave it running on your laptop. I don't even care. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope you all come back. I know most of you will, but hope the others will, and hopefully you guys